officers of this organization, whom you will know and be introduced to during the course of this briefing. Without wasting much time, ladies and gentlemen, I would hand over to the Acting National Commissioner to address you, and thereafter we'll take a round of questions. Thank you. General, over to you.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to each and every one of you, members of the media and colleagues that are around here. I think I will do...
General, they say, let's switch on the other mic.
Who must switch it on? Oh. Okay. Is that better? Yeah, good afternoon, colleagues and members of the media. We are grateful that you could take time to be here with us at the South African Police Service Tshwane Academy. I will be doing injustice if I were not to start by introducing to you those that are accompanying me. I'll start on my right, Lieutenant General Ntlemeza, the National Head Directorate of Priority Crime Investigation, DPCI, commonly known as the Hawks. And next to him is Lieutenant General Ngwenya, who is taking care of the National Management Interventions at this stage. Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, the Divisional Commissioner, Human Resource Development. And on my left is Lieutenant General Nsia, the Divisional Commissioner, Human Resource Management. Lieutenant General Skete is the Deputy National Commissioner responsible for Physical Resources. And there you have Major General Lenny Gavenda, who is within the Human Resource Management environment responsible for recruitment, amongst others. We have convened this briefing to talk to you on a number of issues. Issues mainly focused in the human resource management environment. You will recall that upon my appointment as an acting national commissioner, we committed ourselves to ensure turnaround as far as the organization is concerned. And we said we will want to see us having covered some ground and having made a meaningful contribution by the end of this financial year. Having said that, together with the minister, we communicated to the nation that we are going to embark on a back-to-basics approach of policing. And that back-to-basics approach, amongst others, was to ensure that we increase police visibility, we make proactive policing a reality. At the same time, we ensure that the crimes that have been reported are thoroughly investigated, and those that are responsible for the commission of such are brought to book. We also said that we were going to focus on crime intelligence, which area we consider to be critical to enable both proactive policing and reactive policing. One of the key issues that we wanted to focus on was boosting the morale of police people in the South African Police Service. Because we truly believe that for any organization to thrive, you need the people who do the work on the ground. And in this regard, we value the members of the South African Police Service on all levels. We also have said to you that community participation is very critical towards the success of our efforts as the police. We are very clear that the constitution of our country prescribes that there shall be an establishment referred to as the South African Police Service, charged with the mandate and responsibility to police, and making reference to Section 205 of the Constitution, which provides for the objects of policing or the functions of policing. And we refer to that with the understanding that the service that we are to render to the people of this country, it's a must. We, as the South African Police Service, are not doing our communities any favor to render a policing service to them. But we accept that we will not be successful if we were to attempt to do the work we are tasked to do on our own without our communities. In that regard, community participation remains a key success factor in our endeavor to ensure that the people of this country are safe and feel safe at all times. So, what we are communicating to you today is within that broader context of back to basics. It is within that context of ensuring that as the South African Police Service, we contribute greatly towards the creation of a safe and secure environment for all people in South Africa. We, of course, will continue to do our work without any fear of favor, even if our members, unfortunately, over the past year, have been under attack. You know by now that we have lost 82 of our colleagues, and our view is that we have lost them while they were executing the mandate of ensuring that the people of this country are and feel safe. The most important asset that this organization has are its people, the men and women in blue who deserve to be looked well after at all times. And we continue to extend and invite our communities to be active participants in the fight against crime. You will recall there was an issue that has always featured prominently in the media about promotions in the South African Police Service. One such dates back to 2013, when there was an attempt to promote warrant officers to the level of a lieutenant, and members who were captains to the level of major, which process was interdicted because Solidarity had some discomfort with a number of issues around that particular process. What they did was to approach the courts, and everyone in this country has got a right, if there is an issue that needs to be raised with the courts, to approach the courts and hope that at the end of the day the matter will be resolved. But following my appointment, we have agreed to ourselves that there is no need that we should be in the courts on many of these issues. Where it is possible, where it is necessary, we will approach those that we are in conflict with to try and find a solution, or at least find a point of convergence. Now, in this regard, in as far as those promotions are concerned, we had over the past 2 months engaged Solidarity. We are grateful to announce today that we have reached a settlement, which settlement allows us now to announce the appointment of those officers as it was communicated back in 2013. This announcement will allow a number of officers to be promoted from the level of warrant officer to the positions of lieutenant, and it will allow captains to be promoted to the rank of major. And this announcement will in effect means that the backdating of those appointments to the year 2013, when they initially were to have benefited from the process. If I were to mention the numbers to you, we have about 802 warrant officers who will become lieutenants. There are 513 captains who become majors. The total number there is 1,315, and they will be backdated, or they will receive what you commonly refer to as back pay to February 20, no, to the 1st of March 2013. That is the date on which those appointments would have become effective. Now, there are 37 of them who in the meantime were promoted to other levels. Those that have been promoted while the process was interdicted will remain in the ranks to which they were promoted. And but what we will do will backdate their appointment date to the same period as in the 1st of March 2013. So there is no way that they are going to be at a loss. They will benefit equally as their counterparts. There are about 291 who have since left the service. Those members will also not lose, in that their benefits will be adjusted accordingly, backdated to the 1st of March 2013. The next, which we want to talk to, is the regrading of lower level occupations. During a first phase of regrading of occupations, 5 categories of clerks, which includes accounting clerks, provisioning administration clerks, human resource clerks, administration clerks, and registration clerks, as well as typists and data typists, were regraded. In total, 19,138 employees benefited from this process. There were members who were left out of that process. We have now embarked on a second phase, which will see 3,502 employees who have been identified for regrading benefiting, and there is a breakdown of the categories, which will include cleaners, general workers, groundsmen, switchboard operators, as well as security officers. That regrading is becoming effective now in 2016. The regrading of the following occupations was not covered in the DPSA mandate. The DPSA has, however, already been approached, and a business case has been registered to commence with process of job evaluation for such occupations. It is envisaged to address these occupations during the 2016-2017 financial year. Employees in these categories are requested to remain patient whilst this matter is being resolved. Now, remember, I mentioned first phase, who were the beneficiaries, who are now the beneficiaries in the second phase, and who is still to be covered. Thus, we are saying those who who would not have benefited in phase 1 and phase 2 must exercise patience, because we are still in the process of engaging other role players. And that will include farm aides, auxiliary service officers, tradesmen aid, household aid, messengers, food service aides, and library assistants. So once the related processes are concluded, we will first, of course, communicate internally like we did with this process before we come to you, because our clients in this case are our members that we value so much. In terms of the promotion processes, a promotion process is to commence during January 2016 with the internal advertisement of about 5,000 posts on various ranks and levels. It is envisaged that that process will be concluded during the month of March, and we will have those appointments effectively implemented from the 1st of April 2016, with salary adjustments made in May 2016. In the past week or so, there was a communique around re-enlistments. We can confirm with you that 584 former members have been approved for re-enlistment. Of this number, 330 will be deployed to the visible policing environment, 200 to the detectives environment, and 54 to the support environment. Initially, we advertised 1,105 posts. The process is still to be embarked upon to ensure that the remainder is being filled. But we are grateful that having evaluated and assessed those that have applied, we have already announced the appointment of 584 of them. In terms of the entry-level recruitment process, we are on course to enlist the services of 5,000 South Africans as entry-level constables who will commence with their training in February, March 2016. That process is at an advanced stage, and it is mainly meant to ensure that we build capacity to enable us to execute our mandate of policing this country. The process to finalize the appointment of the 500 forensic analysts is at an advanced stage. We believe that by February, March, the additional forensic analysts will have taken up their positions within the forensic services environment in the South African Police Service. We also have embarked on a process to enlist the services of about of Public Service Act personnel. Those are the people we employ to do the support work, like your clerical staff, data typists, and the various categories. Once again, by the 1st of February 2016, we will have enlisted the services of those that we are looking for. Now, one thing that it's worth mentioning, I know that there has been talk about deployments, particularly in the malls. We must pride ourselves as the South African Police Service, but as a country, that we were able to deploy members, including trainees, in the malls across the country. You will have noted that the incidents, the crime incidents in the malls has declined drastically. That we attribute to the visibility that we promised this nation, that one of those key focus areas is to ensure that the police visibility is increased, that we contribute towards creating a safe and secure environment of all people in this country. And the people that we have deployed in those malls, even the trainees that are there, we consider them to be competent and capable of performing that function. If you talk about the trainees, know that they are at the end of their training period. They will be concluding their first phase of training, I think by the end of February. So they have covered some ground in as far as what they were to be trained in while they were in the colleges, and we have got no doubt that they have done a great job, and we want to congratulate them first for having agreed to be part of the South African Police Service, but secondly for having agreed to be deployed, which in a way contributed greatly to what we refer to as a safer festive period. We will continue to intensify our efforts in the fight against crime, and we are calling upon all of us, including the media, to play their part when it comes to crime prevention. We owe it to ourselves as a country to make sure that we make that hashtag crime must fall a reality. Each and every one of us must do that. Our message to the members: when we are asleep and we wake up somewhere in the middle of the night, the first thing that we must say is hashtag crime must fall. And you must do likewise as the media. Don't say hashtag the police must fall. It's hashtag crime must fall, because we are in this together. Policing is not a responsibility solely of the South African Police Service. We are just a player in the bigger picture. We are a country of over 50 million people, and we are an organization of close to 200,000 people. That in itself must say that we will not have a police person for each and every house. And therefore, who are the police? You are the police in those communities. Our communities must play their part to make sure that we contribute greatly towards the reduction of crime. In conclusion, I want to remind all men and women in blue of our constitutional mandate to ensure that our community are and feel safe. We need to go back to the basics and unite to serve our country with pride. We have undertaken that we are reclaiming the badge. We want to take control of the service. We want to take control of the streets of our country so that our people can find peace. Together, through proactive policing and collective leadership, we will restore the integrity of the South African Police Service and reclaim our badge. Let me wish all of you a safe Christmas and a happy New Year. Let us use this season constructively to spend quality time with our loved ones, whom we hardly see due to our various work commitments, and take well-deserved rest so that we can come back refreshed and recharged. As you commit to your respective destination, you must be responsible citizens. Do not drink and drive. Take a good rest after covering some kilometers before you restart your journey, to guarantee yourself arrive alive. It's very important. And As members of the South African Police Service, we take pride in this uniform. We take pride in representing this organization. And together with the management and under the leadership of the minister, we will go a long way in restoring the confidence of the people of this country in the South African Police Service. I thank you all and God bless you.
Thank you, Acting National Commissioner. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, thank you for your attentive listening. We'll open the floor for questions. We'll take a round of 4 questions at a time. Once you noted and granted an opportunity to ask a question, introduce yourself and the media house you're representing. Thank you. Okay, ma'am, you noted. Sorry, Tando. Can you assist Tando with the mic there, just behind you, sir? There's a mic here.
Oh, it's closer. I don't know if you can just keep it in.
It's just in regards to the cases that we've been following for a while. Can we please get an update on the Senzo Meyiwa case? Are you guys making any headway in that case? The Rhodes Park, I don't know if you guys have any developments also in that case. And the Balisa Madiba case, the UJ student who was missing and skeletons were found at a house in Soweto. I'm asking this question because we know at forensic labs there's backlogs, and the police said her bones would go for DNA testing. So are you guys prioritizing this case? Yeah, thank you.
I think there was another hand that side. With that, introduce yourself.
My name is Malungelo Boy from ENCA. National Commissioner, you've already said that about 82 police officers have already been killed in this country. What are you saying to them going into this festive season? What are you telling them? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Noted.
I think I'll shout, the mic is a bit far.
Good day, Mr. Commissioner. My name is Lodisai. I'm with African News Agency. Just wanted to inquire about the issues of human trafficking. So far with the operation across the world, how much the problem is it been of the politics of those that are around?
Thank you. Acting National Commissioner, we can respond to those and take another round thereafter.
Thank you very much. The first 3 questions, I will refrain from investigating cases through the media. I will want us to allow the investigation process to take its course at a point where there is an outcome. That outcome will gladly be communicated. But for now, the investigating officers are hard at work, and we should do what we normally do by making sure that those who committed crimes are brought to book. I will only maybe in passing deal with the issue of backlogs. I don't know how many times must we be on record on the status of backlogs in the police forensic science laboratories in as far as backlog is concerned. I always see people writing from an uninformed perspective about backlogs in the forensic laboratories. We have communicated a number of times, even recently before the Portfolio Committee that the backlogs in the South African Police Service Forensic Science Laboratory has been dealt with by the end of the financial year that we are coming from. We only had 1% of our cases being backlogs, and we had said that it is not abnormal to have backlogs because the forensic laboratory is a very sensitive environment. It has got many dependencies. If, for example, there is load shedding, it will delay the processing. But as the South African Police Service, we have processes in place. We have re-engineered our processes. We are deploying the best we can to make sure that we do not have backlogs. So we are comfortable that the remains found will be prioritized and they will be processed accordingly. There will not be unnecessary delays in helping the families to come to closure. So that matter is been taken care of. In respect of the police killings, we of course continue to say that we can't be requested to disclose our strategies in public as to what we are to do when it comes to police killings, because by going public, you are in a way empowering the same will-be attackers of the police. You are empowering them to come with innovations and be a step ahead of us internally. This matter is being dealt with accordingly, and we had committed to engage our social partners. You recall recently Pop Crew had a march where they were raising this issue sharply with us. We have agreed to collaborate on this one and contribute towards eradicating this catch, because we cannot afford to lose the members at the rate that we have lost them. Members of the South African Police Service are critical in this democratic dispensation. We view the attack on the police as an attack on the authority of the state, and we will counter that at all times. And those who would have committed crimes where police people were attacked will obviously never made to rest. They will never sleep in peace, because we will continue to search for them and bring them to book. And that is another area where we say we want the communities and the media to play their part. When I was talking to this issue at some point, I say you easily peddle information or pictures or video recordings where, for example, police people are on the wrong side of the law, where they have, for example, committed an act which is not in line with the code of conduct, which we appreciate when such is made visible to us so that we can take action. But we have recorded our disappointment and say, in many instances, these police people are not attacked somewhere in the bush. They are being attacked amongst our communities in full view of community people. But we do not get the same amount of videos and pictures made available, or whether it's on social media or whatever, to enable us to get to the bottom of that particular situation. If it is something negative about the police, like this video which is circulating on members that were found sleeping somewhere in a police station. It goes viral within a split of a second. But these police people get killed where the communities are. Many of them get killed in the malls where everyone is there. And all what we are calling for is the active participation of the communities to make sure that we eradicate the attack on police people, because the attack on police is an attack on the authority of the state. You take one out, you have disadvantaged 350 up to 400 people, and therefore the police should represent order in our communities. I don't have statistics of how many people are caught drinking and driving during this festive season. And I think at a point where the outcome of the operations during the festive period are communicated, such will be made visible. But it's common knowledge that people go out of line during this period with celebrations and indulging in liquor, and we can just caution and say drinking and driving is not an option. If you are to be consuming what you enjoy most, do not get onto the streets, whether as a pedestrian or as a driver. If you were to be traveling from A to B, get yourself a designated driver who is sober. You can't get a designated driver who's a little bit under the influence than you, because you have got nothing to measure whether you are on the same level or what. So drinking and driving, it's an issue. It must be attended to.
Is there another round of questions? Ma'am?
Good afternoon, Simpium Gomez Zulu, ANN7. I just wanted to know, in terms of these amounts that are set to be given to the cops that will be back paid, who are supposed to be promoted in 2013, do you have an amount of the total cost, how much will be given to these cops in total, and how will the payments work? Will they be given in lump sums, or will it be in smaller amounts? And also just the total impact that you are envisaging, that you're seeing it having on these police officers?
Well, no, sir. I'm reluctant to provide figures. It's safe to say that this is money that was budgeted for, because we always knew that there is this matter pending in the courts, and we have set aside funds to cater for that. And as to whether it's going to be a back pay, I've already said that these appointments are retrospective. So they date back the 1st of March 2013. So the calculations would have been made, and we will do what we normally do in paying what is due to members through the systems. So I'm not at liberty to disclose the figures. Safe to say that it is provided for in our budget.
Do you have any questions? Any more questions? Yeah. Acting National Commissioner, Generals present, I want to thank you for your interaction with ladies and gentlemen of the media, whom we also want to thank for their patience and also for their attentive listening. With those words, Acting National Commissioner and ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this media briefing. The copy of the National Commissioner's statement will be sent to you electronically before end of business today. Thank you and have yourselves a wonderful Christmas and a prosperous 2016.
Thank you. Yeah, 30 minutes.